Magnus, I'm going to need to move you forward. I didn't want to do that. I would like to start settler spamming at some point, but we'll give this a go and start hitting this bombard before it can really do too much damage to me. We'll throw walls up 100 turns. Oh, that's fine. I didn't need them any quicker than that. Ridiculous. I have no production in this empire. You know what would really be handy? Auckland. You know what I don't have? Auckland. Doesn't exist on this map. New Zealand is not a thing. Oh, England are bringing in a pretty impressive fleet. I don't know what they're expecting to do with caravels against walls, but, you know, at least it's a fleet. You can see how much more powerful France's boats are just with that +3 intel advantage. Black Queen Catherine. People sleep on how useful her ability is. Very useful. Leveling up my fleet now. Should just do a little bit of scouting. Saigon, 15. Oh, that's really good. Okay, that's where I'm going to want to bring my navy in a second. Actually, I've got a lot of heavily promoted units heading this way now. I'm going to have a bit of a rename, but I reckon if we can take Saigon, loyalty in this area is going to be perfectly fine. 15 population on the coast, yes. Annoyingly, China has just got to 200 science per turn. I've been hovering around it, but I can't get over the line. Very, very frustrating, but everyone keeps throwing their boats one at a time against me. I like this. Saigon is throwing walls up. That's okay. That is okay. I can live with that. Let's use Polar Water Bear to blast the boat out of the harbor, and then I'm going to approach the city, and we're just going to unleash Roman-style hell on the city, and hopefully next turn, even if it throws walls, we can clear the walls in the same turn. Let me just change my government over slightly. Limes is really useful. Veterans is useful, but I'm going to put Praetorium in for a bit more loyalty, and +2 loyalty on this card as well. So this hopefully just gives me a couple more turns. Yeah, that doubles the amount of turns I'm going to hold. Bordeaux and Nantes becomes a non-problem. Just gives me time, you know, gives me time to enjoy myself, to say, hey, there's no rush. We can do what we want. Reina will be a very good source of gold. And actually, yeah, in the same vein, I'm going to just pop her into Nantes. Everything in my capital's been fixed. Where's that bar boat gone? There it is. Get back here, you. Don't want to have to deal with you repeatedly. Yet there you are, being annoying. And all of my gold at the moment is going into getting 6 charge builders. Now, these are fanning out in my empire and just helping me to get all of my land nice and upgraded, because I've got a lot of land that needs improving. Look at that. There you go. The walls are up in Saigon. Expected that might happen. That is okay. Now the walls are up, we can blow them to bits. Thank you. I'm just going to help myself to your harbor. Does it make sense for me to change my government first? No, it doesn't. Let's just pillage anyway. It reduces the city strength doing that, which is very handy and gives me a ton of gold. And I might as well start shooting Toulouse at the same time. These cities are going to end up being really, really good. Look at this, my unique improvement between 3 fishing boats. Bam. Oh, it's got a lot of food on that tile. Lovely. Okay, the Barb Caravel may destroy my harbor here, but we've got an eye on it and we've trapped it finally. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do something a little bit different. Normally, I stick on monarchy because monarchy is my favorite government. It's got a lot of wildcard policies and the diplomatic favor and housing and influence points. That's all great. However, there is a distinct lack of city-states on this map, and the one thing that Indonesia does really well is housing. So staying on that government really doesn't make a lot of sense. Instead, I can get 10% gold in all cities with an established governor and 15% production towards districts. That's really handy. Now, Limes is okay, but I'm going to put in veterancy, and we're going to try and stack the district production with the harbor production and try and get ourselves a little bit more gold. Republican legacy can come in, keep us nice and happy. We've got serfdom, we've got natural philosophy, and I'm going to give myself colonial offices for faster growth in all of these Portuguese and Dutch cities that I've stolen, as well as the French ones. We might be able to come up with something rather nice. And there's 200 science. We did it. Turn 140. I'm climbing slowly up. I'm only 1 tech behind Unifier China, and I'm now 14 techs behind Yonglei. Don't think about that bit too hard. I'm sure that's fine. Now what I'm going to do is just move my units around a little bit. Saigon will take 2 attacks, 1, 2, like that, and Clint is going to come around and say, hey, this is a 15 population city. Do you mind if Ursa borrows it? And everyone will go, of course you can. Look at all those boosts as well. Beautiful. -2, +10, and +14. Oh, that's made a huge difference. And I think there's nothing stopping me now taking Rennes and Toulouse. So I will continue this little assault. That'll be good fun. Let's get diplomatic service, and then we'll make our way up to, actually, we'll go for mercantilism first. I think privateers would be a very, very handy thing, but our empire is getting big now. And thinking about it, shipyards might be increasingly useful. The only problem with shipyards in Indonesia is that you would get +1 production on all unimproved coast and lake tiles, and I'm putting improvements down everywhere. But a bit of extra gold, that stacks really nicely because the gold from shipyards on this city-state mean that if I can stack shipyards and lighthouses everywhere, we will get quite a lot of gold. Gold will, to an extent, make make up for my lack of production. Once the wars have disappeared a little bit, I might be able to do a bit more trading. That's the other thing I'd like to do, but all of my trade routes keep getting pillaged. There are boats everywhere in this bay. Absolutely everywhere. I know that some people will have picked up on that. Oh, so you never put your trade routes down. I have. They've been repeatedly pillaged and I'm wasting way too much production on them. A little bit of pillage will help along with this, but look, to lose, you're gonna lose. Just give up. Give up. You can't resist RBH, and you can't, bam, city taken, and it's loyal immediately. Of course it is. We have industrialization, and the last Portuguese city has now flipped to me, which unifies this area very nicely. There are some barbs around. We're still dealing with quite a lot of enemy boats and units from this emergency, but it's all going okay. I'm hoping we can make peace very soon. Yeah, a couple turns. We should be able to make peace nicely. This war has gone incredibly well for me. I am staggered with how well it has gone. So with industrialization, we have discovered that, of course, as per usual, we have no coal. It is a bit annoying, but there's got a lot of land, so I'm hoping coal will exist somewhere. Right, yes, right on top of a campus I'd like to build, but okay, we weren't anywhere near that, so that's fine. That's right by us as well. That's obtainable. Okay, so we do have coal. My capital isn't far from building an industrial zone. That'll be quite tasty for me. I think the strategy I've got at the moment, yeah, just making builders, making sure that I've got all of my land improved around the places that I'm conquering, making sure we get all the luxuries in. So far, this is so good. I could get ironclads. I don't think that's going to be very handy for me. So let's go astronomy and banking and just see how we go from there. Can I just say, I love the fact that France has Mont Saint-Michel. It's beautiful. Coupe, 400 science per turn, 16 cities. Oh my goodness. Where are you, Coupe? How have I not met you? That is frightening. Oh, you're to the north of me. Oh no. Is Coupe the tech leader? Oh, they're drawing. It's Yonglei and Coupe. Coupe is the secret boss on this game. Tell you what, I'd love to make friends with Coupe. No, Coupe is probably going to be 2,000 military strength. This is the big boss. This is the person we're going to regret finding. This is my equivalent of throwing loads of signals into space to see if aliens can hear them and then realizing they can and they're on the way and they're way more advanced than you. That's what's happened here. Not best pleased about that. I might be able to do a bit of trading first though. Do you want to join in with my war? Yes, actually, we can probably convince Coupe to do a lot of fun trades before any of this. Come on, do I want peace? You do have a bit of the coast, but there's nothing I can really easily get to from the coast, so peace with you. Nope, they don't want it because of the emergency. Nobody does. Have we really got to finalize this emergency first? We do, don't we? How many turns? 14 turns. Come on. It's quite clear I'm going to win this. Fine. It's okay. We'll keep fighting. I just think it's a bit pointless, but okay. Whatever makes them feel better. Coupe has 1,000 gold per turn coming in. That could be why they're doing so well. No points for guessing that one. Okay, Ren is now available to take as well. Is the loyalty going to be reasonable in a city like that? Probably not. Just try moving people around a little bit. I might be able to just about hold loyalty. Yes, we can just about hold loyalty. How many cities has France got now? 2 more. Selling all of my new luxuries for more and more gold per turn. This conquered land, I tell you what, there's a lot of good stuff on it. Once you chop all the rainforest down, carefully cultivate the surrounding land for all of its wonderfulness. Yes, that's what I meant. That's pretty good. But I do need to keep getting these campuses down, keep improving the production, make sure all of the tiles are worked and happy. Oh, there's a lot of islands around here, but a lot of barbs as well. I mean, I've already got 23 cities. That's why I'm not crazy about exploration and conquering right now, but I probably should make a bit of an effort, right? Let's use some of my faith to make more units. We're slowly going to build a navy. I do think that the chances of Coupe just appearing and attacking me ruthlessly reasonably high, and I don't like the idea of that. We've seen Roman Holidays AI mod go a little nasty, and someone like this and Yonglei, yeah, they've got yield. They've got yield for days. So now I've got all this to help with my settling. I am going to go steam power for the 2 movement on embarked units. Got 1,000 gold. How much effort would it take now to start producing settlers? 900 gold. We could do that relatively easily. There's loads of land over here that's unoccupied. Sugar, lots of pearls, lots of horses, tea over there. Yeah, I'm gonna go and settle in this area. So start to do this. I really want my trade trade is back up and running as well. I'm trying to clear all of these seas of enemy boats so I can get my traders out. Garrett's doing a good job of that, but it's proving a little tricky at the moment. My first beautiful industrial zone, hopefully the first thing that my capital has done to hopefully try and generate a little bit of production. Oh, 21 production. Goodness me, what a powerhouse of a city. Dripping with sarcasm, that one. We'll keep going. Well, you never know. Oh, a friendship with Mongolia. Hey, okay, at least we've made one more friend in this game. That's a good thing. Would you like any sort of alliance at all? No, I'm gonna have to pay for it, aren't I? I'll pay for a religious alliance. At least I've got some points coming in. Yeah, there are so many boats out on the coast. My trade routes, I really want them, but just gonna get ripped apart. What are the best trade routes that I can get now? Last time I checked, they're about 12 gold per turn. Still 12 gold per turn. Okay, and they're all still to Bandar Brunei. It would be good if I could do better ones than that. Wouldn't normally do this, but in order to take on La Rochelle, I'm actually going to try and kill this encampment first. I think trying to take both of these defensive positions on at the same time is a recipe for disaster. Just going to travel up the coast a little bit. I know we're at war, but I really want to find places to trade with. That would be cool. Buy myself another caravel just to keep that city safe. If there are any Vietnamese cities on the coast, I could, in theory, put in Wisselbanken and start to trade very nicely, although admittedly my cities are ages away. Oh, there's the French fleet. Hello. Luckily, I have melee ships, and these are all raiders and ranged units. Oh, Pingala was neutralized. That's so annoying. I haven't even discovered what spies are yet. I don't even know what spies are for once. There's nothing I could have done. All right, I need to protect this city going forward. See, look, I was building traders, but I've been distracted already. Let's go for diplomatic quarter. That'll protect the city center. Halong Bay, and that is a city on the coast. Oh, that's a city on the coast, and those trade routes are a lot better. In fact, I can trade with the capital. Amazing. Only my French cities can, and these are all going to get pillaged almost instantaneously, but it's good to know. It's very good to know. Oh, I took a big crunch of hit there. La Rochelle is tough. This is why I think taking the encampment down first might be the play, because I can only get 2 boats in on La Rochelle. I tell you what, I'm going to try charging in, and we're going to see what we can do. We might be able to force a surrender. If nothing else, we might be able to force a surrender. All of the districts are being hit now. Yeah, Renaissance wars are so tough. I don't think the French fleet has got anything on me here. We should be able to push out. Garrett, yeah, look at that. That's the main unit killed. Coupe is paying top dollar for NITR. I have a feeling Coupe is just printing units and is using all their NITR up far too quickly, but that's okay with me. That gives me enough gold to just keep printing settlers out. Amazing. Oh, no, one of my level 2 boats was just destroyed. I don't think it was a named one, but yeah, the double attack from La Rochelle, that's too much. That's too much. The city is rebelling though. Can we make peace? No. Still no peace. Still no peace. All right, let's try and take this encampment down instead. We'll do this one at a time. I think we can probably break that city. We've got silver to make a little naval invasion when we're ready. Clint is holding off the entire English navy. That's pretty brave. I hide back in the city for a little bit. This is not a fight you really want to be fighting, even if you could win. Okay, my government is still looking pretty good, but we could bring a military emergency in. Apparently Coupe has taken Manchester. It looks like Coupe is about to go and kill Hong Kong as well. England is being flattened, and you sure you don't want peace? No, they're too fixated on my emergency than keeping their own capital safe. Sometimes you have to go, sure, okay, if that's what you want, that's fine. But I will put the raid card in. Whilst I've got this beautiful RB hedge opportunity, I'm just going to go and pillage all of this stuff. Oh, yes. Now here's the thing. If I join in with this military emergency, I will be up against the world superpower, but it might force peace between me and everybody, and that would be really handy. So yes, I think I am actually going to do this. It might reveal a lot of the map for me. It's unlikely to go through because I think Coupe is very intimidating, 2,000 military strength, but the way that the game is thinking about this, oh yes, that makes me feel like it has gone through. So we have met a lot of people. There is Japan. I think I put 2 Japans into the game, but just to put a little bit of competition on the islands, and yep, the 2 of them are there. Kublai, China. Korea's doing really well, 280 science, very good. And Russia just in the north of the map, looking very intimidating indeed. And here we go, now we can see the map. Annoyingly, France and the Camons didn't join the emergency, but England did, so I now have peace with England. That is really cool, but let's have a quick look at the map. So Kiama has so much space, but they really haven't done much with it. Vietnam as well. I mean, look at all of this land. land. It's beautiful. This is why Unifier is doing really well. Yonglei hasn't even spread out very much, and frighteningly, not all of their cities are at 10 pop, but Nanjing is at 25. That's quite frightening. Here is Kupei with very, very strong cities. It looks like they've settled this entire landmass, and I'm sorry, Manchester's one thing, but New Orleans, Philadelphia, Charleston, they've taken over the entirety of America as well. Oh wow, that's quite cool. England have been very much kept into a small little bubble there. Oh, Kupei's got ironclad fleets. Good to know. Be very careful of that one. Uzetian not doing very well. Germany very much limited up here as well. Korea has spread, and Korea works really well with spreading because normally their unique campus, well, they're very bad at placing it, but it does give them quite a lot of science. Japan, number 1 is there. Japan, number 2 is there. You can see Vladivostok is where Russia starts, and Mongolia is being killed, I think, by everyone. We won't think about that one too hard either. Cool. Well, there you go. That is exciting. We really do want to peace out with France now, but we haven't got the English Navy to worry about, so I think trade routes are going to be a lot more manageable. We'll try and get these out where we can. Oh, and Japan wants horses. I have trade partners again, ladies and gentlemen. People want to trade with me. It's brilliant. Go on, everybody wants amber. All of you landlocked parties, you'll want amber, right? No, nobody wanted amber. Oh, I got very excited then, but for nothing. Lots of luxuries on the open market though, meeting all of these people. If I can just keep some of these AI friends as allies, that would be pretty handy. In fact, actually, we're just going to go through, see do any of them want to join in with any of my wars. Yeah, Japan wants it on Kupei. That's really handy. Huge army, probably a navy that'll keep Kupei distracted to the north. Steam power, extra movement on my embarked units, and if I can get a single source of coal, I can make an ironclad, and I feel a little bit more secure about my empire if I do that. Let's just get Renaissance walls as well. Oh yeah, and finally, trade routes. Oh, I mean, these are not going to be like all perfect, but my lord, these are going to help. These are going to help a lot. Kupei's probably going to pillage most of these, but look at my gold per turn just starting to go up and up and up and up. I've been waiting for this piece for so long. I really haven't made a huge amount of use of Hixong Dracones apart from just having crazy navy speed, which I guess has been a really, really useful thing. But look, we now have a new city. It's a sprawling empire, and it has all of this beautiful luxury. Just alone, that's given me a bunch of happiness, and we're going to be able to sell a lot of this stuff as well. We're going to have a couple of denouncements now. That is unfortunate. I was hoping to make a lot more in the way of friends, but people have seen me attacking all of these French cities and have gone, hey, that could be me. Really, I'm just attacking the European powers. So everyone was safe here, but, you know, people are just going to feel scared, and that is fine. I've realized there's only 2 city-states on this map. Is that really right? Yeah, there really is only 2 city-states on this map. Okay, well, I guess that's why we've got so many crazy amounts of envoys in both of them. Another new city, this time over to the left of my empire. Again, Jakarta. I think that might be the second one of those I've got. Yep, it is. Never mind. But this is citrus. People want to buy citrus, right? Yummy citrus. Yeah, you absolutely do. I've realized as well, Vietnam, my alliance with them has just expired. Do I want a military alliance? I don't think I do. I think I'm actually going to go for a scientific alliance to try and get these trade routes up and running quick as we can. Yeah, perfect. Last time on this vote, Melly was chosen, so we're going to go for that again. And double great people points. I'd like double admirals. I don't know what's going to go through. We'll try voting that. I probably should have put all of my voting power in because I'm losing 10 of it per turn. I don't actually know how I got that. Heavy cavalry, great writers. Wow, the AI is going for rogue choices. Hey, you have to say fine. You do what you want to do. Oh, Portland, fighting the good fight, making sure my lands are safe. Safe from my own ineptitude. That's the main thing. That's the most difficult thing to fight. So turn 153. Let's just take a moment to figure out where we are in the game and what our options are. I am mid-pack science-wise. I have 36 techs, and actually looking at it, 37, 38, 38, and then 44. So actually, I'm in the same group as the person in 4th, and kind of punching down maybe 3 or 4 places below me as well. Very respectable. However, Yonglei, 15 techs ahead of me. Kupei, 14 techs ahead of me. Korea, 8 techs ahead of me. So how are we going to catch up? Well, I finally have an economy. That's really good, and I need to focus my economy on the things that are going to help me to catch up. So while siege tactics is interesting, it's not really thinking about it what I should be boosting. What I should be boosting is flight into radio. I need to find the aluminium and then know exactly where it is so that I can go for advanced flight and use those bombers to try and take some cities from Kupei. If I can island hop to the north, that's going to be an amazing way of catching back up into the game. We will start to unlock spies very very soon. And my capital, probably instead of working a workshop, should be focusing on an intelligence agency. Now, I don't have enough faith here to really get full benefit from a Grandmaster's Chapel and Foreign Ministry. Well, there's only 2 city-states in the game. That's not very helpful. Spies will help me to steal a lot of tech from Coupe, like a lot of tech, or from Yonglei, one of the two. As we go through the tree, we'll be able to go to Cold War. No, sorry, Nuclear Program for nuclear espionage, so I can get 2 boosts in 1. That'll be very handy to catch up. My alliance with Vietnam is now firing nicely. All of my trade routes to Vietnam are giving me extra science. You can't see it at the moment, but they do. You'll just have to believe me. There you go. Here's a good example. But very soon, I'm going to go from mercantilism, where I unlock privateers for raiding. That's really, really handy. And then we'll drop down to enlightenment and we'll get rationalism going. This is a really important one for me. Pretty much every single campus I have is +4 adjacency or more. And in my capital, well, I've already hit 15 population. We're going to start hitting high population in a lot of cities very soon. My unique improvement will make sure of that. But 15 pop and campuses in every city, this is what we need to be going for. And on those thought processes, what I'm going to start to do is use my gold to get science. I would like to really turbocharge my science and get it as close to about 300 in the next 10 turns as I can. By doing that, well, I can make rationalism fire more accurately. Now, universities are going to give me 4 science for the cost of 1,000. Libraries, however, will give me 2 science for 360. If a city can have a library, it needs a library. It's the most cost-effective way. Now, some of my cities are already building the library, a lot of them are not. But just spending all the gold I have in my bank, that one's building it, I've already boosted my science up by about 10. Not a huge amount, I know, but now we can focus on building universities up and building a really, really high rationalism boost. However, one thing I will do before that is I'm just going to go with some new money and start to unlock monuments in places. We haven't been building a lot of monuments, but I would like to get to rationalism as quickly as possible. And later on into the game, into the higher civic governments and things like professional sports, and this is the sort of thing that's going to really help me. In fact, actually, I'm just going to drop down to diplomatic service in order to try and get enlightenment as quickly as possible. Yeah, we're going to become focused now. If I can build more cities out, brilliant, I'll get more cities, but it's not the overall priority for me. This city is not on a new continent, but what it does have is access to coal. And Major King Kong, you need to protect it from a cavalry. Maybe a challenge, but if anyone can do it, it'll be you. Oh, fantastic. Pingala is now not dead anymore. It's not something really to celebrate, but not dead is good. Let's start my monument rush. Each one of these is another 2 culture per turn. I can't believe we've managed to get this far without really generating many monuments, but hey, just one of those games. Oh, okay. Coupe has just appeared with an ironclad fleet and is now just hitting a city. Well, that was always likely to happen at some point. Now I need to get this coal sorted ASAP, and I can get an ironclad upgraded, increase the city strength, and defend a little bit better. Now, luckily for me, I do have a decent amount of ability to hit the unit back here, but I don't want to take too many of those sort of attacks. I'm going to take a lot more damage than I would like. A musket upgrade is not going to give me any more strength. No, the ironclad is absolutely what I want here. Hold out another turn or 2, maybe 2 turns. Actually, oh, you know what I could do? I could buy some from the open market. Oh no, people don't really want to sell me coal at the moment. I understand. I'm a bit of a pariah. Maybe we can convince somebody. Yeah, 300 gold and Japan will start to consider it. Oh, that's expensive, but this is a bit of an emergency. I'll pay it this once. This means I can go to Garrett and say, go on then, give yourself an upgrade. Bam. Now that means the city has increased by 15 combat strength. The ironclad is still more powerful, but at least I have some defense. I'm not just going to get ripped apart. Does remind me though, I probably should put walls up in my cities relatively soon. Yeah, Coupe's got so much stuff. Battleships, ironclads. Oh, we need an air force. We need to really rush this air force as quick as we can. Okay, a single source of coal. That's good. At least now I can spend some time upgrading my navy. If battleships do come and knock in, I've at least got some units that can fight them off. Garrett, RB Hedge, and other unnamed units. I need you. I need you to be on the front line. Actually, Clint, I'm going to need you across as well. Just don't trust Coupe. Coupe is going to throw tons of stuff at me, and it's going to hurt. Visselbanken will make my trade routes a little bit better, though. Don't need the loyalty from governors anymore. anymore. And raid is very fun, but I'm not raiding anything right now, so I'm going to put the walls card back in. I have a lot of cities just trying to throw walls up very fast, and that'll make it just a little bit faster. Oh yeah, I can see myself gearing up for a big fight with Coupe. They have actually now settled on my island, which means I get to claim all their islands, right? Is that how it works? Pretty sure that's how it works. Just gonna wait just out of view of their fleet as I bring all of my boats over. Clint's there now. I won't upgrade anyone else just because I'm out of coal until my next source comes in, but yeah, actually this is good. And just tickling away, and we'll be able to kill that fleet very, very soon. Oh, Polar Waller Bear, level 4. Yes, you beast. You absolute beast. Can now shoot the city from a distance. Another campus finished. Another library. Oh no, I need 3 gold. How dare you interrupt my train of thought with 3 gold? Fine. I guess I'll sell horses on the market. Actually, strategics are going for loads of money. There's a lot of war on this continent, and there aren't many strategics in quite a few of these places, so that works really nicely. Okay, look, there is the library, my aforementioned library. 252 science now. So as close to 300 as I can get before turn 160. That was my plan. That's the military emergency over. Amazing. Right, first thing I need to do, sell all of the favor before I lose it. Annoyingly, I lose 10 the turn I get it, which is quite funny. But my ally wants to buy it. That's a lot of gold up front. That's excellent. Can we immediately make peace? A lot of the time you've got to wait 1 turn and then you can get peace. But hey, peace at any point right now would be very welcome indeed. La Rochelle's going to flip in like 5 turns. I'm actually going to leave it. Attacking this encampment's been good for experience, but I don't want to lose any more of my ships, my named units especially. The builders are so annoying. It's just like, oh yeah, rather than go with the boat, I'm going to go onto land and then back. You're supposed to be an escort. What's going on? All right, Coupe's got a battleship on the way now. That's fine. Oh no, it's not fine because Bandar Brunei's closed its borders to me. Ah, sneaky. That's really sneaky. I don't think I'm going to have a problem with this. It's going to have about 77 strength against me. I might take a bit of a hit, but I'm going to hope that I can just get in and out here, kill the fleet. Oh, come now. All right, might take a bit of counterattack damage, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Literally as I roll the turn over, the Kemans have offered me peace as well as 10 gold and a book. That's good because their units have been literally running around my land. I did not fancy having to deal with them any longer. All we need now is peace with France. Amber, and then France will make peace as well. Perfect. I'm just now at war with Coupe, which is a bit like saying, apart from my missing leg, I can stand up just fine. But, you know, we'll get there with Coupe. It's okay. Oh, yes, here we go. We've surrounded them now. Clint, make an initial attack, get Garrett Gowan to finish off the battleship, and then I'll be hedge. Let's get myself some era score. Beautiful stuff. Oh, we survive. We survive. Repair outer defenses as quickly as possible. Suddenly this feels a lot more manageable. Every time you make peace with a large amount of people, always see who will switch over and go to war with the person you're at war with. Coupe is a lot less frightening if every single person in the world is fighting him. Here you go, in context. Coupe is fighting England, France, Japan, Kemans, Russia, Korea, and China. I'm sure they're fine, but it's quite funny nonetheless. Oh, I've just seen Pingala is now re-established in my capital, and I'm up to 290 science per turn. That's a lot better. My fun little thing, I'm probably going to end up losing Ren back to France from loyalty, and there's not much I can do about it. So what would you give me? Nothing she's willing to... Oh, I could actually sell the city. She's desperate for a city back. She can't see the fact that I'm about to lose it to loyalty. So there you go. You can have it back, and I'll take all your relics. Lovely. And everything else is just about loyal still. I say just about. Just about is the important word there. With this university, that is 300 science per turn. Oh, delightful. Very delightful indeed. I'm really pleased I got to the 300 science mark I was looking for. This is how we're going to keep pushing in order to try and catch up with the AI. Unfortunately, Kublai is beginning to start racing away, but I'm at the same tech level as my ally. That's a nice thing. Let's get some more trade routes going. Look at this. Oh, yeah, these routes are amazing. 3 science per route to the Vietnamese capital. I will give you all the production and food that you would like, friend. We can be the best of friends. Absolute best of friends. Oh, it's a big one. That's a big one. Is that my capital? Oh, yeah, it is. It's in my capital. Okie dokie. Let's fix that university quickly. And oh, the government plaza's gone as well. well. Lovely stuff. 10 turns. We need some era score. How much do we need? We've got 105. We need to get to 124. 19 in 10 turns. Seems like a very typical Ursa problem to have, hey? Well, flight would be useful because we can get an airfield down, but I don't have any oil. I guess I could buy some oil, get myself a biplane. That would be pretty handy. Or are we going to get Einstein? Oh, I really hope we get Einstein. That would be an amazing pickup. You'd also get a merchant as well. That would be some era score with my faith. Here we go. La Rochelle. Who will put the most loyalty on it? Apparently, it's not me. I'm sorry, what? I've got, like, loads of cities nearby. Oh, even China's laughing at me. No. We're fine. We're doing good. People are just denouncing me. Ignore the fact that people are denouncing me. It's okay. My first modern era tech, that's only 1 era score. But enlightenment is very handy indeed. Very handy indeed. Rationalism says it's going to give me 24 science. I think it's going to be more than that. I'm going to pop it in and we're going to test it. Visa banking is still useful. Colonial offices are still useful. I'm actually growing quite a few of my Portuguese and French cities to 15 pop in order to get the rationalism bonus. So I quite like that. Retainers for a little bit of happiness on top of everything else. If I can get every city happy, brilliant. 356. That's not bad. My first 90 unit, that was another era score. I'm waiting to buy my merchant. That'll be 3 era score. A lot of faith will help me with that one. Ooh, Coupe's got destroyer fleets. Let's keep an eye out for those. I think those could be very nasty if I was to stumble into them in the middle of the ocean. I don't want to lose any of my named units. Still buying universities. My entire economy is into science at the moment, and I want to get to 400 by turn 170. So that will be about 200 at 150, 300 by 160, and 400 by 170. That's pretty good progression. Well, it will be if we can get it. Whether we can or not is another question. Oh, look at that. Coupe's building seawalls. That's ominous. Again, these are the sort of things we don't think about too hard. They will haunt us. Great merchant. 3 era score. Okay, so even if we don't get ourselves an aforementioned golden age, which hopefully I still will, I've got 7 turns to get 14 era score. At least I don't have a dark age. That's the main thing. Civil engineering. I would normally go for colonialism first, but civil engineering gives me 1 production on my unique improvement. That's pretty good when you've spammed it everywhere like I have. When I say that my entire economy is going into universities, I really am not lying. Like, at all. That is literally all I'm doing. Actually, Coupe is offering me peace. And they're going to offer me uranium in that peace deal. I like that a lot, but let's just try a couple of other things. You want to give me Manchester? This was what the emergency was for. No? Oh, that would have been a sneaky way of doing it. What about Detroit? No? Okay, they're not going to give me a city. That's fair. What about all your coal? No? Okay, no. They're valuing resources quite heavily. Fine. Okay, I will take that original deal. I can always go back to war with Coupe once we've got planes. But I like that. Oh, that's a field cannon destroying me there. And, oh, hello. That's... I literally just fixed it and it flooded again. Like, I was stood right there. Okay, Portland, you got to escape quick. That field cannon has your number. This builder has lived in my nation for about 1,000 years now. All they do is go backwards and forwards fixing volcano damage. I wish there was something else they did, but no, that's literally all they do. Still, we're making campuses. We're still buying libraries. We're almost up to 400 science now. Just a sneaky little thing I did. I bought 1 aluminium and 1 oil from Coupe, and now I've got 1 of every strategic. It now means that this bar doesn't tell me if somebody's got a deal for me, but it's just strategics I haven't invented yet. Does that make sense? So if I see like a little exclamation mark here, it means there's a luxury at play, and that's good. Nuclear weaponry is the future. How can you not see that? Young Lei, you have 750 science. I'm doing my best to keep up with you. I mean, I'm 4th in score. That's okay. But yeah, this is proving tricky. Oi, you're in a formation. How are you able to shoot poor Silver? Like, that shouldn't be possible. No. Ah, dear. Rude. That's what that is. So rude. Got 4 turns left on La Rochelle. I'm just waiting and hoping to be able to steal this city before France does. France is just sitting there, stopping me from getting anywhere near it. It's really, really annoying. Let me in. Let me finish this city off. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zursa, Zaf, Barnaby Rex, Sharky Bates, Charlie Bears. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!